Floss Tube. It is the second day of Christmas. At least this is the video for the second day of Christmas. I am filming this the night before, which I plan to do from now on so that I can do the uploading overnight on my slightly dodgy internet. So this is the end of Christmas Day. It's about 11:30 in the evening. It's been quite a nice day. Christmas is never my absolute favourite day, but actually it's not been a bad day. I really enjoyed the YouTube live that I did earlier this evening. We didn't have loads of people. I wasn't expecting loads of people on Christmas Day, but it was so nice to have a few people and just to hang out and chat about stitching, and all kinds of things came up in that conversation. So thank you to those who came. I know there are a number of people who would have liked to be there who couldn't for different reasons. I think there is a plan for another one. I will let you know exactly when that is coming out. Good. A little bit of housekeeping today, just to let you know that my Christmas cards, cross stitch chart Christmas cards, are now half price in my Etsy shop. I've got a few left, and so I'm selling those between now and the end of the year for half the normal price. It is £2.50 each, including UK shipping. I'm only doing UK shipping. I'm really sorry if you live not in the UK. And for that, you get obviously a whole printed cross-stitch chart, which is also designed to be a Christmas card that you could send to someone else. So you could either just buy it as a chart for yourself, or you could buy several and plan to send them next year. I'll put the link below for my Etsy shop. What else? 12 Days of Generosity. So Boxing Day, I think a good thing to do on Boxing Day. I actually don't think I have anything in this category this year, which is kind of amazing for me. I think it's a good day to just look through everything that you were given for Christmas, and, you know, maybe if you have children, what they were given as well, and just see if there are things there that actually you don't really want. And maybe your first instinct is to see if there's a gift receipt that you can exchange them for something else, or, you know, get the money back or whatever. But just have a think, are there things that actually you could give to a charity shop or to a charity? And in particular, things I'm thinking of there, toiletries. If you were given a nice pack of toiletries that you know you're not going to use, consider whether there might be a women's refuge or a food bank nearby that would accept those things. Women's refuges in particular, I know, often really like to receive nice, you know, kind of posh looking toiletries of all kinds, body lotions, shower gels, all that sort of thing, for women who've had to leave their houses without anything, and, you know, to help them feel loved and help them feel clean, and all of those kind of things. But there could be other things as well. Often books, I will, you know, just set aside and think, you know, I don't know if I'm going to read that. So, you know, before that stuff sort of settles into the general level of stuff in your house, just take a look and see, are there things there that you might be able to give to make somebody else's life a little bit better. So that's my suggestion for 12 Days of Generosity today. The other thing that I was going to talk to you about today, and I'm hoping this is not going to take too long, I've been thinking about a project which I'm calling Stitch Your Stash 2023, and I will be using the hashtag Stitch Your Stash 2023 on Instagram. For me, this is about making a concerted effort to stitch up some of the cross-stitch patterns I already own. So you could do this in a number of ways. You could say, well, I wanted to stitch up the fabric that I have. I want to stitch from my stash in terms of flosses. I want to minimise my spending on cross-stitch things in 2023. But for me, it's really just a focus on saying I've got a lot of patterns that actually I do really like. That's why I have them. So I want to make sure I stitch some of those rather than always being distracted by the new and shiny. And when I thought of this idea, hilariously, I thought I better just check and make sure I've got enough charts actually to stitch. My plan is to stitch something from my stash at least one every month this year. Anyway, I have plenty, it turns out. So I thought this is not my, okay, I'm choosing what I'm going to stitch video. This is my, what have I got in my stash to choose from video. Yeah, what have I got in my stash to choose from video. So I'm just going to do a quick talk through these. So this is a freebie that I picked up at the Stitch in London retreat, is these lovely chickens. This is also Madeline Floyd, who did the illustration on my partridge eggs. I don't know that I ever plan to stitch all 9 of those, but I would quite like to stitch at least one of those. These are button-up birdies that I bought in a charity shop, craft charity shop in Wakefield. So they sell not just things that people have dropped off, but also that companies have given them as excess. And these cross-stitch charts I really liked. So this is, it'll tell me somewhere which birds they are. Can you give me a minute? We have got here the goldfinch and the bluebird. There we go, from this button-up birdies design by Kathy Jean for the Victoria Sampler. And then this one, again in that same series, and these are wren and hummingbird. So they're sweet little smalls. They've got a little bit of embroidery at the top there, and then the main design is done in the cross stitch there. God Save the Queen. I have slightly mixed feelings about this chart now. I was going to do it for the Platinum Jubilee and I didn't, and now I feel sad about it. But, you know, it's there. I might do it. This is one that I won at the Stitch in London retreat. This is A Stitcher Lives Here from, sorry, it's actually called Home of a Stitcher, although the text on the chart is A Stitcher Lives Here. That is from Little Dove Designs. Hands-on design, Let's Talk Stitching. I do quite like that, but I also really like this circular one, Keep Calm and Cross Stitch. I might do that for my gallery wall. There's also a little square version of the pattern as well, so that's cute. What else? This is Caterpillar Cross Stitch Club that I have not got around to. So this is a whole kit, not just the chart. Although I don't love the pink Ada in this, so I might switch that out for something else. We shall see. Okay, what else have we got here? Okay, there's more coming. Okay, this is not cross-stitch, so I'm not really counting this, but I have got it in my stash. This was a kit that I bought from a Ukrainian company. It is beaded and sequined to make this flamingo. I'm slightly scared of this. Anyway, it's there. Keeper of the Pins, Brenda Gervais. I bought this quite recently, actually. I've really liked it ever since I saw it first appearing. There's half a dozen little patterns in there. I'd really like to stitch more than one of those potentially in the coming year. Yeah, they're lovely. So that, what else we've got here? That's not a chart. Plum Street Samplers. I've got several Plum Street Samplers ones. This one is Sew Sisters. I love those ladies. And then these are also tomato pincushions. So actually it would go quite well, I think, with some of these ones in the Brenda Gervais booklet. Sew Sisters. Also from Plum Street Samplers, Count Twice, Stitch Once. There's a whole little sort of stitching theme in some of these. And maybe what I want to do is some things to go in my craft room with that stitchy theme. Plum Street Samplers, This Is the Day. I really like that. I really like that verse. There's a song which I'm not going to treat you to me singing it, but every time I read that I have a song going in my head. Yeah, I love the pink house and the pink flowers and that verse, and that's a sort of really classic sampler, and I'm not a huge samplery person, but I do like that. And then the last of the Plum Street Samplers ones I've got, this is Bavinia. It's a cow! I love it. This year, I stitched Teresa Koget's Wilbur, which is a beautiful pig. So I kind of want to do a cow as well to go with it. And those enormous great lilies around the cow. What else? In a minute, I'm going to start showing you some of the PDF charts I've got. This was another one, freebie that I picked up at Stitch in London. This, I think these came, yeah, with, it says plastic canvas. I'm not going to stitch them on the plastic canvas, and I don't think I'm going to stitch the background. These have got a half cross stitch background, but I think I will just choose whatever colour fabric I decide to stitch them on and just use that as the background. But I really like both of those, actually. Sort of autumny, harvesty feel, maybe. Do those later in the year, perhaps. What else? I think that's just the chart for that. So I think that's all the physical charts I have got. Oh, there's this as well. This isn't really cross-stitch, but it's a little kit for making, well, so they're supposed to be for making badges. It doesn't include the thread, but it includes all the sort of fittings. I think I would stick magnets on those and make them into needle minders. So I think that is all the unstarted physical charts I've got. I have got some, I've not got loads, but I've got 2 or 3 works in progress. Oh, I'm losing my shirt and everything. I'm sorry, I don't normally film from this angle, but it's 11:30 on Christmas Day, and I was just like, I can't be bothered to go and set myself up somewhere else. Right, let's find, here we are. So this was such a weird PDF. It came with 3 pages, all in different files. But anyway, this is Liz Matthews' Berry Patch. I think that's adorable. I do want to see if somehow I can finagle the design into fitting into a round hoop so that it can go in my hoop wall during spring. That might take a little bit of work. Berry Patch, what's the next one I've got? Esther Law, reproduction sampler by Chloe, Girl with the Gavel Stitches. I have a plan for this, and it is not to stitch a big square sampler with lots of alphabets. If you've been watching my channel for a little while, you'll have seen the little mini book that I made with all the miniature animals. And I want to do a little alphabet book. And I think this is a great chart for that because there are a lot of different alphabets. I'm just counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different alphabets on there. And so I could do, you know, 2 or 3 letters from each alphabet, and that would make quite a nice little mini book, something like that. I also do like the verse at the bottom. I know lots of people don't like verses on samplers, Bible verses on samplers, because they're not Christian or they're not religious at all. But I am a Christian and I like having Bible verses around. So I might stitch that too. Okay, what's next on here? Flower Friends Bertie. I started this actually earlier today in the live, so that's not quite a stitch from Saturday. It is just about a work in progress. This is from Tiny Modernists, Spring Wreath, again, to go in the hoop wall for spring. I don't know if I will do the words on that, to be honest. Or if I do, I might just do spring and not welcome. But I love the little gnome and the mushroom and all the flowers and butterflies and so on. So I'll see. I'm not sure whether I'll make some change to that. This is a freebie I'm sure you've all seen from, oh, it's not going to show, but anyway, from Puntini Puntini, please enter your pin. So again, that will go really nicely with the keeper of the pins and the sort of sewing-y things. I'll show you that again in a moment. Quirky Little Quetzal. I wanted a parrot. That's the parrot that I found. That is by Rachel James of Fuzzy Fox Designs on Etsy. Quirky Little Quetzal. She has a really nice range of little small things. Oh, I've now got my thing into a thing. My iPad is not doing what I want it to. Do you ever get that? Sometimes your iPad, it just sort of, yeah, I don't know. Anyway, I feel like I never quite know how I'm working properly. What is that? Okay, that's the Blue Ribbon Designs Christmas freebie. I'm not going to show it to you because I've only got the chart and not a picture of it. And I'm probably not going to do it till next Christmas anyway. Now, this is a Chatelaine. It's one of the Chatelaine Smalls. It comes in the pattern, and in the pattern it tells you that, oh, it's fine. This is really easy. It's only 46 by 40, whatever that works out as, about 44. You're like, oh, 46 by 44, that's really doable. That's really small. Yeah, except that half the stitches are 1/1 in the middle. And then about half the other stitches are also specialty stitches. And it takes, even given that, what does it take? 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 different flosses and beads. I'm not going to do the beads. Anyway, it's Scottish Bar and Moo by Chatelaine. I mean, I do like it. I mean, I just have a weakness for, sorry, I just knocked the camera, for stitching farm animals. And I think that's pretty cute. So, yeah, I don't know if I'm going to do that or not, but that's there. This is by Stitchy Princess, Snails and Leaves. I love this. I just love the way it looks like a 1980s arcade game. That's what I really love about it. It's got that really stylized graphic, and these things that are coming down and the things that are going across. And, you know, it's like a game of Frogger almost, isn't it? I just think that's adorable. And I think, I love the way she designs in quite a minimalist sort of way. I don't think that's huge amounts of stitching, to be honest. Okay, this one I've only got a chart as well. This is from Stitcherovia, Do More of What You Love. And then the other thing, which actually I am just going to show you. Oh no, there's another one as well. This was a freebie from Hello from Miss Matthews for Common Thread. And again, actually, I've only got a chart, so I'm not going to show you that. That is only a little small. So they're mostly quite small. Some are really small. Some are deceptively large. Chatelaine, I'm looking at you. But, you know, there's plenty there to keep me going. And, of course, I've got patterns from, I get Readly, so I've got loads of patterns from old magazines. I do have currently Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher magazine subscription, and I'd really like to do some of the patterns from back issues of that. So I have definitely got enough in my stash to keep me going. I think it's a nice thing to do though, is to just have a look and see, because I have definitely done this, particularly in the downloaded PDFs that I've got, as I've looked at them, and there are several that I've thought, do you know what, I'm just not going to stitch that. And that's fine. I've changed my mind. I put them in, you know, I haven't deleted them, but I put them in a separate folder on the iPad, so they're not just all mixed up. I've got, here are the ones that I actually definitely do still want to stitch. And then I will pick either from those or from the physical charts. Each month I'm going to try and do at least one from the stash, and hopefully maybe more than one, because some of these are really small and quick. So that is my second day of Christmas. I hope you've had a lovely day today. Often I think this is one of the most relaxed, fun days to have. It's much less stressful, isn't it, than Christmas Day. I hope you've been able to spend some time with people that you love, doing things that you love in a really nice, relaxed kind of way. I will be back tomorrow for the third day of Christmas. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already subscribed, now is a great time to do that, because I am posting regular videos through these next couple of weeks.